Making my
Shit
way
on
downtown.
Can we watch scientists versus flat earthers? I actually like that. I actually like that idea.
Hey guys, welcome back to Middle Ground.
Before we jump in, we've got a huge announcement.
Yeah, that wall video is amazing. The fact, I don't know. We're not gonna. I'm fucking brain dead right now. Don't listen to me. Yo, TJ, what? Viper? Okay, never again. Nut. The Earth is flat. Let's find out from the best. What is this? I feel like I'm gonna get debated, man.
Everyone said. The Christians are doing a great job reconquering Iberia.
Okay. Nope. We're watching this.
Folks have been asking for this for years. We're finally giving you the first ever Jubilee podcast called Radical Empathy.
That's right, we are really proud and excited to share it with you guys. It actually features an interview with somebody in this episode, so stick around until the end and we'll tell you more about it.
For now, enjoy the episode.
The one on my right, sphere, if you think that is the shape of the Earth, point to it now. If you think the other model is the shape of the Earth, point to it now.
2, 1, 0, all engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff. 32 minutes past the hour. Liftoff on Apollo 11.
One small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
I'm not getting Rick rolled, man.
I don't think. I know for a fact it's a globe.
Weird champ.
It's like we have
What
this
the fuck?
picture of reality that's a big puzzle piece, and then one of those pieces just wasn't fitting.
I'm always open to having a discussion with someone who is holding a wrong belief like this.
Are you willing to change your mind on this?
I'm not.
Atticus, I'm a normie, man. What can I say?
So much.
Nobody wants to be a flat earther, but if you showed me incontrovertible evidence, I would definitely go back. Who wants to
Okay.
ridicule?
This fucking dude, bro. There's no way.
I'd like to tear them to pieces.
Yo, what? Who's Ali G?
I'm Jim Underdown, Executive Director of the Center for Inquiry West in Los Angeles and the chair of the CFI Investigations Group.
I'm Spencer Marks, one of the senior members of the CFI Investigations Group, Science Advocate.
I am Marina Yeri. I'm a theoretical physicist and I'm with the University of Irvine.
I am Wendell Walton. I am a Chief Learning Officer for a young startup.
Okay, I know who that is.
Graduate of West Point, critical thinker, and jumped out of the airplane.
We're live.
My name is Dan Glattman. I work as Dan the Waterman in the drinking water filtration industry, and I'm a truth seeker.
That guy's alright. That guy's alright. Yeah, Shelly seems pretty weird, champ.
Only step forward if this is true for you. I believe the Earth was created by a higher power.
Well, I've been a Christian for 30 years, so the Bible is a flat earth book. You have to take it literally. Like, for example, in Isaiah, when it talks about how the earth is like a clay wax seal that's stamped with upturned edges, that's just not some fancy story. That's a simile. It is like.
Right,
Right?
absolutely. And in Isaiah it talks about too, and I'm a Christian, he who sits upon the circle of the earth.
Yo,
There's a difference between a circle
am I the only one uncomfortable with the eye contact? Like,
and a ball.
they're barely blinking.
If you look at the original Hebrew, it means disc. There's over 200 scriptures
Look at
in the
it.
Bible that point to a flat earth.
This is.
So this notion that you need God or some higher power to create the earth or the universe is very old and was initially posited by people of a pre-scientific age. Since then, we have learned quite a bit about the universe coming into existence, when that happened. Modern humans don't get their cosmology, they don't get their physics, they don't get their knowledge of the universe from the Bible or any ancient text.
It's sort of like the God of the gaps. Once You know, people used to believe that lightning was God's wrath and throwing these lightning bolts, but once
I'm not watching
the
Ali G,
natural
bro.
process, God shrank a little bit more because now we couldn't attribute those lightning bolts to God. We had to attribute that to the real science. The other thing, the point about the Bible specifically for me is, why is that one particular text the correct one? You choose to believe that, and that's fine, but there's so many other writings and so many other books.
He's so
Why
mad.
weren't they correct? Why is just the Bible correct?
Well, what you'll find in a lot of these ancient religions is
Yeah. I'm not making fun of religion.
all their cosmology
Yeah, I'm
goes
religious.
back to being a flat Earth with an enclosed system.
Not super,
so it's
but
not just the Bible
definitely
that
religious.
teaches this. It's many different religious books.
So one problem I have is to
Catholic.
explain
Catholic.
phenomena happen in nature by holy books. Those are religious books. Those
This
are
is fact,
books
Ronnie.
of science. And it is wrong to
I'm not that tired.
deduct science.
I just feel delirious.
Readings out of those books.
My name is Wendell. I
Catholic
am
and pagan.
Logical, biblically based, and scientific flat earther. I didn't start out.
Scientific,
no one starts out as a flat earther.
bro. What?
But I had a lot of questions. So I
Religiously
actually
good
got to the point
advice.
where I
Drink a
had to
bang,
go
dry
out
scoop,
and put my own
cocaine.
eyeballs
Good
on it.
suggestions, Ty.
So we went out to an observation at Salton Sea, and things just didn't add up down there. So we've gone back probably a dozen times, and I can guarantee you.
Wait. What is this?
So we went out to an observation at Salton Sea.
Where scientists and flat earthers frequently perform experiments to detect the curvature?
And things just.
How do they do that?
So we've gone back probably a dozen times. And
What
I
is-
can
what are the
guarantee you that
experiments?
There is no curvature over distance.
The internet has played an important role in confirming my view of this topic.
With a ruler. They build sandcastles, and if it leans, the earth is curved.
We have
Stop
the
it.
advantage of information today that's outside of channels 2, 4, and 7 and the few networks that are corporately owned. It's pretty easy to say
What?
YouTube isn't research, but when you spend enough time, you're picking up quite a bit. And with the discussion groups, panels, we've gone against opposition. We've opposed ourselves. Surprisingly enough, flat Earth is its own worst enemy. So it's not that easy for us to come to consensus, and we find that consensus is orchestrated and not actually scientific in any way.
You know, my grandfather used to tell me growing up, never believe anything you read in the newspaper, right? He told that to me. Now, with the age of the internet, it's like, you know, how much of this misinformation are you getting there? And when you have like eyewitnesses taking
I don't like
video
this guy.
of something, you do have to take everything with a grain of salt. That's why, because of my my multimedia background,
Is his
I knew
name
that all
Wendell?
that stuff could be fake.
Wait, is his name Wendell?
Take it into Photoshop, take it into After Effects.
That explains it if his name's Wendell.
Okay, this is at the core of the issue of why there are so many flat Earth believers out there right now.
Okay,
The
James,
problem
let's hear
is
it.
The information
I don't
from
know.
someone who
Yeah.
decides to
I'm lost.
start a website or produce a YouTube video is not reliable. When I have a toothache, I go to a dentist. When my car breaks down, I go to a mechanic. When you have questions about cosmology, you should go to an astrophysicist, you should go to a physicist, you should go to people who have spent years and years studying these ideas, not some 6-minute YouTube video. There is a percentage of people that if they saw a YouTube video
Dude, James is out
not
for
within
blood,
their
man.
scientific chops to
No
refute
cap.
on the face of it, would believe anything out there.
One of the things
So
I'll
passionate,
say
man.
is NASA.gov has their own documents out there that we get to vet, which is through the Freedom of Information Act. And would you agree that NASA documents,
Dude,
if
she
they're
is
on
pissed.
display, that we should be able to go and research inside there?
NASA is not proving that the Earth is flat.
Well, they say it in 14 of their
you
documents.
should read what NASA says, and you should listen to what
I
NASA
would
says.
love to see your NASA evidence that the Earth is
It's
flat.
only their contradictory.
Who do you think would win in the fight, James or Dan?
We're all familiar with the Earth rise.
Dan
photo,
wins, I think.
Right? The Earth is rising over the moon. We're all familiar
What's wrong with this photo?
with it. That's NASA. You can go out to NASA's site. You can download.
Does that
it.
prove the Earth is flat?
You know what you're going to ask.
So
Dan?
you bring up the luminance on it, and
Okay,
you can
well.
see where it's cut out and pasted there.
They're
you say you can bring the luminous on it and you can see where it's cut out and pasted, bro. Holy shit, Wendell.
You bring up the luminance on it, and you can see where it's cut out and pasted there.
They're showing us doctored images that are clearly doctored. The blue marble is a very famous image from 1972. When you talk to the artist from NASA, his name is Robert Simmons, he talks about exactly how it was created from data, and it's not a photograph whatsoever. He added clouds.
Let me explain.
He added a highlight of the sun.
If you take, on your phone, most phones.
Wait, it's all a
that
scam.
Panoramic image. When you do that, you're taking a series of pictures, and the phone cleverly.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I keep moving my cursor.
It's presented as a real photograph.
So when NASA
Wait, it's a
takes
scam.
real photos, and they either clean them up for color or they stitch them together so it's one large image. It doesn't mean they're CGI.
Is the Earth flat?
Composites.
Added
What
clouds.
you call a globe denier. You could
TJ,
even
I
get
don't know,
into a
man.
virtual construct
I
if
think it was
can't find
constructed.
The borders myself.
What shape would you say you think the Earth is?
It appears to me to be a stationary plane, as opposed to the vastness of infinity of space. I would find it to be an ice plane where we have a localized sun and our environment thrives there.
What?
These particular people have misled us on television. This is a brilliant opportunity to speak. We've been suppressed, censored by mainstream media. Alternative media is just a thing of beauty for me.
I view the other side as
Okay, Atticus.
I'm running.
Go to bed? I'm trolling. He said localized sun.
Well, they're
So he doesn't believe in like the solar
And
system.
they're following.
Wait, so the flat earthers not believe in like the universe or anything? Like they just think it's Earth and that's it. They don't believe in like the solar system, any of that. Is that how that works?
Quite a bit of the university.
He's
system,
suppressed.
what we call
He has a
scientism,
platform.
right scientism.
Obviously, is the belief in what's written, where we tend to be exploring in the field with physical properties, not theories of any kind. We're using actual measurements that are calculated not by our guidelines, but the guidelines of science as we know it. I can only hope they're uneducated as opposed
100% a Harley.
Well, that's the other thing.
100% a
because
Harley.
We know that it was on a large scale, the government has been disingenuous, and they're pushing a narrative.
Ariana Grande's so hot.
So it's hard.
What
for
am I
us.
watching?
I'm sure that you've met people too.
We're
It's like,
learning.
Are you haven't looked into it yet?
We're
Or
learning.
are you
Kronos, I
show?
appreciate that follow.
Are you part of a disinformation campaign?
Disinformation campaign. That is
I don't think
big.
you guys are uneducated. I think you're wrongly educated.
I think the problem
He just called them dumb.
what I've seen in the flat Earth crowd is that
He voted for
not that they're
Trump.
undereducated, but they, instead of looking at evidence and letting the evidence guide to where the ultimate conclusion is.
What is the history of
start with a
everything?
Conclusion, and then they try to cherry pick evidence to support their pre-drawn conclusion. They cast away all the bits of evidence that actually is.
I like Spencer
confirmation
too.
of their
Spencer's
beliefs.
cool.
I think that you're very well educated as well as you are, Jim. But-
Certainly Ali is. He's probably
and
got the best education of
yeah,
all of us.
Exactly, and he paid for it too. But more and more.
That was like low-key a
are
shot.
coming on board, they're starting to question their reality. So the thing of it is once.
Shelly
you
says she jumped
start
out of
to really
planes. I
look
heard you were top
at
100
part of
Valor,
the
1v1
evidence,
Rock League, and
you
Bow. I'm
are
top 100
unafraid of
Rock
just
League.
standing for the truth, wherever that may lead you.
What?
Then people end up becoming flat earthers.
Yeah, he said he paid for it too.
I'm hoping to be able to tell our side of the story from the inside.
Oh, here we
So
go.
many times,
Here we go.
flat earthers are depicted from the outside in,
Mhm.
and I want to be able to share with others empirical data.
Empirical.
That proves the Earth is not what we've been told.
Wait, I wanted her to keep going, bro. I was in there. She might have convinced me, actually. Yo, is anyone in chat a flat earther?
So when I was 12 years old, I went to space camp.
Anyone?
I was a shepherd.
Oh, nice.
Yes,
Actually,
and I
Atticus?
wanted to be an astronaut, and I wanted to be the first woman to walk the moon.
Oh.
So for me, I'm a glober. I went into this completely wanting it to be true. And my husband told me, he saw this thing about the fake moon landing.
It was her
I
husband.
was like, you're absolutely crazy.
Can we get the
There's
husband?
no way that the moon landings are fake. And then in 2010, my husband was killed. And so I never
Oh.
really developed that
What the
until
fuck?
around
That's,
2014 when Flat Earth kind of came back.
That's bad timing. That's bad timing.
And that sorry.
It's actually
and that
very
little
bad
voice
timing.
inside my head said, "Remember the fake moon landings? Remember when?"
You guys are so stupid. Didn't you guys already know the Earth was flat? Joey, I wasn't aware. Yeah, that didn't age well at all.
You know, just looking at that evidence, if they can lie about the moon landings, they can certainly lie about pictures and satellites and other things. And so I started going down that rabbit hole of studying. So that was my influence from my
How many
husband.
lies does it take to make a liar, right?
And being ridiculed for being inquisitive is pretty tough on us. I wouldn't say that I've changed my mind because my mind isn't set. NASA is
True,
solely
Ronnie. He
designed
knew.
to change my mind.
He actually knew.
From its inception, from its discovery, has been a television program. It's been a space program to sell
Bro, this guy's hair
on
is
something
lit.
that they've yet to actually show us. Show me a globe spinning with clouds and a moon. Show me home, and I think I could shut up easily. I think I could shut up.
The timing of your conversions is interesting to me. 20 years ago, the flat
Called it
Earth
studying.
world was tiny and insignificant. Enter the advent of the internet, YouTube,
This guy's sweating so
online
much.
discussion groups, all these new available places where you could find information.
Yeah, Reed.
about everything.
We're transforming into flat earthers as a group. Appreciate that follow, Joey.
Robust evidence. And the sources you use.
This guy's hat is lit.
Reliable sources again.
All the
But
smart
my
guys
problem
talking.
is that, and I like you guys that you are very skeptical, but at the same time, you are not skeptical about your belief system.
Smart guys
Going
talking.
back,
First.
you think that that's my foundation.
Oh, dude,
for
she's
why I believe the
pissed,
Earth is
man.
flat, and I'm telling you, you're wrong.
Okay.
I have evidence that proves it's flat.
What type
or
of
proves
evidence,
it's not
you
a ball.
What
Curvature,
type of
I
She has
don't-
evidence.
We're being deliberately misled by mainstream
Now,
media.
what's your evidence?
No way, he
See
just
too
said
far?
mainstream media.
See too far. We should
When's the
not
last
be
time-
able to see. I live in Dana Point.
Okay.
I can see San Clemente Island, which is 60 miles away.
So what?
What do you mean, so what?
No, I'm
It's
on the beach.
1,100
I'm
feet
on the
tall.
beach.
It is
What do you mean by
tall.
so what?
I'm on the beach.
Oh my god, she's getting
You see the
roasted.
ship which is going.
We're
Oh
not
yeah,
talking
let's talk
that.
about the ship that goes
Yes,
over the curvature of
okay.
the Earth. I love
So,
that. So, science has said that when I see a ship go out of my
Oh, God.
field of view, it's going over the curvature of the Earth, correct?
Yes.
But then I bring my P900 up, and guess what?
Oh.
I can zoom it back in.
Not
So
all
is
of
it
though.
going over the curvature of the Earth or not?
Absolutely.
Oh, not all the
No, you
time?
can't.
It's
No,
not all the
No,
time?
no, you don't see all the ship. The bottom part of the ship
Yes.
is hidden by the
At that
curvature.
distance, you shouldn't see the top
At
of it
all.
either.
If the Earth were truly flat, there would be really hardly any limit. You would be able to stand at the top of the Empire State Building and look towards Chicago, a mere 1,000 miles away,
True.
and see the lights of Chicago at night.
No.
Five
that's
head.
because you have an atmospheric disturbance.
Very thick.
I've been
water
into
alone.
astronomy since I was 10.
It's faulty logic. It's completely faulty
Fix your
logic.
headroom in your camera.
Okay.
What?
One of the big things I
My
do
headroom?
is investigate extraordinary claims like flat eartherism or ESP or all.
Wait, what's ESP? What's an ESP
The Earth
clan
is
or claim?
undoubtedly a globe and not flat. This is well supported by gobs of science.
Scientific consensus is possible.
Oh, Kronos, yeah. I'm not really sitting up straight right now.
What is the question?
I don't understand the question.
Scientific consensus is possible.
Esports fake news.
Anything is possible. I mean, anything is possible. I've got a tremendous issue with
What was the
consensus
question?
and peer review. I've
I have
been
a
spending
secret
lot
lab
of
Titan.
time arguing with people that argue the other side, and I found that surprisingly, consensus always wins. It was shocking to me that the group with the majority has an
up, Barry?
incredible advantage. As scientists, flat earthers, truthers.
Wait, he's a science?
monks,
Did he just say truthers?
we're at an
Any
incredible
truers?
disadvantage.
Let's talk about scientific consensus for a second.
I don't know,
You're never going to
TJ.
get 100% of anyone. There is
Secret Lab's
scientific
amazing,
consensus
Mari.
on a global Earth. There's scientific consensus on evolution. A lot of big
They
issues.
use the word theory.
Do you know what a,
Did he say
a
monks?
theory in science is an extremely
And a fact
Let
is
me-
a fact.
Don't mistake this word theory.
You are.
In
not me.
science, it's not conjecture. It's not.
It's an explanation. Is it by
It's
definition,
well-
it's an
well
explanation.
supported
It's a
definition.
deep,
Well, let's talk
So this
about
is
a fact.
something
Show me a
people
fact.
made
then.
a mistake.
Why
They
aren't
think
all
theory
facts
is-
theories?
In science, the word theory is the highest level that you can give something because it's so well supported.
What about a fact?
That is a fact.
Oh, we're
It's-
tired of shit fairy, but it is
Not
what
a
it is.
fact, you would call it a
You know
fact.
why? Do you know why? Because in science, there's always room for improvement. There's always room to find to tweak and find better information.
So that is how science works.
It gets better refined over time, as opposed to flat earth theory, which never gets refined. It simply is what it is.
New ideas have limited access.
They actually just explain
and
science
limited
to him,
exposure.
to
Until
his
we're
face.
in university curriculums, we will continue to appear uneducated.
Well, that's not true. In the history of science, we
I don't
had
know,
many
Joey.
occasions that the ideas it was not welcomed by the society. Einstein was one of them. Galileo was one of them. But if your theory is an authentic one, and it can be go
I believe
through
this guy.
this hardship of scientific method, eventually will win.
I used
Oh, we got
to
Stella back.
believe that science was after the truth, right? We all just want to know what the truth is. Science has been trying so hard to divorce itself from the idea of a creator when God's intent was to create science to lead you to him. You know, sometimes things seem supernatural that we are able to explain later through, science. Okay, I understand. But there are other things as well that are supernatural that go beyond.
I don't
the
think
natural,
window.
that we can
No.
only explain.
SOCC
believing in a
doesn't count.
creator, right?
This is my big issue with science, scientific approach and non-scientific approach. You are absolutely right. In science,
Windows
you are
seems very
after
religious.
truth.
He has a very religious
Hoping
point.
By each day, we're getting closer and closer to the truth. We never get there.
Window
Never.
jet main.
Well, I know that's true for you, and
No, that's a science. That's you guys. You think you do have the truth. Now let's look at the evidences. As you were mentioning, you do have the conclusion. Let's find the evidences. Science doesn't work that way.
That's not true.
that's not what
That
we-
is not
Well,
true.
you are saying
No.
you are referring to Jesus, whom
This
many
guy-
billions of people do not believe, including myself.
And many more billions do.
So what?
So who's right?
Of course, I can.
So
When you say that we start with a conclusion and then try to match everything to make it work, like that to me is completely.
I think around
wrong.
4 p.m.
That is
this
not
one.
true at all.
That is what you are doing
No,
right
you're
now.
not. You're making that assumption.
No.
Which I
Are
think
you
is
assuming?
wrong.
Are you assuming?
Do you make assumptions or not? Does science make
don't know.
assumptions? Does science?
They're
make
assuming,
assumptions?
chat.
Sure.
Holy,
We can make
they're
assumptions
assuming.
based on things that are well supported and
Bias.
proven and reproven.
Bias.
We don't have
Show
to.
me
You
how
can't
you
assume.
isolate gravity. If gravity
We
is
don't
an
have to-
assumption, show me in the scientific method how you isolate gravity.
We've done that actually.
Let's cool off
Yeah, sure.
and reset.
When did gravity come into this, bro? She wants us to isolate gravity?
You're like a round hard candy.
Circles back to my video.
I just want to check in.
Oh, they're tilted.
How are you guys feeling? How's this discussion going?
I kind of feel like I want to develop some of this stuff a little bit more. It feels high level, but I feel like there's so much that I haven't really even touched base on.
Well, I mean, I certainly didn't think that anybody was on either side was going to flip.
Well, there's still time.
There's still time. I have hope for you.
She's gonna
I have
slap
hope.
someone.
I don't know about Dan. I have hope for you too. But you know, it's certainly. I'm glad it's a civil discussion. Certainly.
Oh yeah.
Put your waters to the side, and we'll just do another.
Hey, what was that? He flipped.
Jesus. Windows lost. Windows actually lost.
Television history right there.
That man, stop it. NASA is trustworthy. Oh my god, the flat earthers are about to rage. The flat earthers are about to tilt.
So, I mean, obviously, any organization can be wrong with certain things, and they may have individuals that lie or deceive or something. But as a general organization, they're looking for the truth.
Yeah, the idea that NASA and the government
He
is
needs-
lying
okay,
to
1,
us
2.
about the shape of the Earth.
Wait, Cruel, do you have
is the
that
height
video?
of conspiracy theories.
Do you have the whatever?
For this to be true, the literally
What's up,
hundreds
YouTuber
of
Rafikki here?
thousands of people who at some point over the last 50 or 60 years would had to be somewhat complicit in this, and nobody spills the beans at all, is on the face of it completely unbelievable.
Oh, Trevor does.
The private does not know what the general is doing.
This is true, Ronnie.
There's
It's fuck.
compartmentalization happening all the time.
Of course.
So it wouldn't be that far-fetched. Has the government ever lied to us is really the question at stake.
We all
No.
agree on that.
The government has never lied.
Now we have NASA.gov, right? And absolutely,
You're on a
they're
rock.
not lying about anything. They're completely transparent. Everything is true. We'd be foolish to
There is
think
a
that's
difference
true.
here.
I'm not watching LAG.
This is a fallacy here. There is
Not
a
a
difference.
fallacy.
I'm sure it is.
Go
See,
ahead.
you were talking about a government. Now you're talking about an agency of the
NASA.gov.
government. But this agency
Wait, she got
is
triggered.
scrutinized by thousands and
Wait.
thousands of scientists around the globe. You are dealing with smart people.
Do we finish this? You want to finish this, or we go next? Do we go next?
So it is very hard
Or do we
to
finish
do
this?
that. Once or twice, maybe. Not for the all time.
Raise your hand if you think we went to the moon.
Go next.
What is the proof? Hundreds and hundreds of pounds of moon rocks and dust. And we have distributed those freely to PhD scientists around the
NASA.gov
world.
stops
and
and
not
skips
one
it
of
in.
those geologists have said, what is this?
Been
This is
proven to
some-
be fake.
And
Also,
Yes.
now, ask the hard questions.
Okay, too little.
Ask what qualifies a YouTuber, a book author, anywhere else you're getting this information. What qualifies them to make wide-ranging comments about the shape
Bro,
of the
is
Earth?
LAG even
Look,
funny,
anybody
man?
who can overturn Einstein or some major theory is going to be eventually
Alright, we go next, man.